Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. So I just woke up after playing Guild Wars for pretty much 3 days straight on beta weekend number 3. This is the last beta weekend, and the game should be up live about a month from now. So a little bit of backstory on the game here. This is Guild Wars 2. It's the second revision of the series, but what I've heard is that it's very, very different from Guild Wars 1. So you can just pretty much get into it if you've never played the first. And on top of that, it's a buy-to-play game. So you buy it once, and then you just play it forever for free. And apparently they do expansions much more often than other games compared to, like, let's say World of Warcraft, for instance. And pretty much it's an MMO. You just run around and kill mobs, do quests. You can do the PvP. There's lots of kinds of PvP, and I'll go into that in a second. And basically this video is going to be my opinion on the game and the top 4 things that I liked and disliked about the beta. And remember, the beta. It's a beta. So hopefully the 4 things on the dislike list get some review, because this game's pretty damn good. Alright, so let's get started with the negative, because we'll end on positive. It's going to be an ending on the lulls, on the PvP lulls. So we'll start with the stuff that I think is really lame. Okay, here's what I disliked about the game. Alright, number 1, it's something I called sandbox wars. So in the game, when you die, you don't actually die. You're just like on your back and you're throwing rocks and stuff. And this is as a warrior, of course. So you're doing this, and you got like a secondary health bar which starts around 50%, and you can like heal yourself on the ground and whatnot. And man, it's just mind-blowingly frustrating. Like when we're doing PvP, it's like impossible to like 2v1 people, simply because you kill one guy, but he's not actually dead. You have to kill him. You have to like do like a 5-second cast to like put a flag in his ass, right? So you can't really do that very effectively if there's another player there, because he can stun you. He's still damaging you, and some of you are probably thinking, it's like, no, I've seen this guy in a video. He 2v1 people. He 3v1 people. Oh, I've seen a 4v1. Look, it's not going to happen when players are good. It's just not going to happen. If you have 2 competent players, they're never going to get beat by one of the best players ever. It's just not going to happen. It's happening now because people don't know how the game works. Everyone's like a noob right now. So it's happening now. But the simple fact that it's pretty much impossible to 2v1 kind of turns me off. And the second part to this sandbox wars is that I think the concept is just a little ridiculous. Simply because like you get abilities that like you want your main character to have those abilities. I'll give you guys an example. So let's say you're versus a thief and you kill him. This is what the thief can do, okay? He can teleport around constantly. He can teleport his dead body around that's not actually dead while it's healing, by the way. You just teleport that shit around, so you have to flag 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, oh, teleport. He's over there someplace. Alright. So you get that. They also get vanish. So they teleport, you go over there, try to 5-second him, oh, vanish. Try to find him again, teleport. Frustrating as hell. And it's, this game has a lot of realism in it, but like if you had those abilities, why couldn't you use them when you're actually alive? Like, why do you have to be half dead to gain really overpowered abilities? And I don't know, man. On the attacker end of that, it's just a pain in the ass. Like, maybe I'm old school or something, but when I kill someone, when their health hits 0, I don't want to have to worry about them anymore, I don't know. I understand, give them some credit. I understand that this gives the game a different level, a different dynamic completely, but I just didn't like it. I'm not saying it's not good, but I didn't like it. Alright. Dislike number 2. You can't bind anything to mouse wheel. Okay? Now, you guys have probably seen me play World of Warcraft, and the best bind on your keyboard / mouse is your mouse wheel, because you can just spam the crap out of that, and you can have like effortless movement when you're doing that. So like I was planning on doing like mouse wheel up one bind, one mouse wheel down one another bind, and then incorporating like alt modifiers and stuff. No, nothing. You can't bind mouse wheel at all. I think you might be able to use some like auto hotkey script to kind of make it work. The problem is you can't really replace a key like mouse wheel because then you can't use mouse wheel. So you have to like set up an auto hotkey script that does two separate commands, which is like probably gonna be difficult as hell. But I'll look into that. I don't know. I just feel that they really should add that. I think it's a small fix, and I think a lot of people will appreciate that that change if it makes the live game. All right. Frustrating thing, dislike number 3, is that there's no diminishing returns on anything. Now, before I get into this argument, I get it. Okay, pretty much every class in the game has like ways to get out of CC. Yes, that is true. However, when you're playing in like I don't know what they call them, but let's just call them battlegrounds for now, and you're versus like 2 gun warriors, which have like several knockbacks and several stuns. I was playing like a tank on the bait. I was playing like a tank warrior, and I would run up to like these 2 guys, and I couldn't move my character until I was dead. It was just like stun, 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 knockback. Knockbacks are like stuns, by the way. It's like a knockdown or something. So you just get stunned from 100 to 0. You can't cast a single ability. And yeah, I get it. I have certain abilities like stability, which is like stun and certain CC immunity, but that stuff's not always up. And it seems to me like it's a really frustrating thing in the game. Again, they probably looked at PvP and decided it was a good idea. And maybe in high-level PvP it is. But when I was playing Beta Weekend, I was a massive noob. As a noob to the game, I found the mechanic really frustrating. And you got to give the casuals and the noobs some love too. It can't just be all about the hardcore. So I'll give them a little bit of leeway on that, but I really just didn't like it at all. I think there should be DR when it comes to stuns, so you can actually use your character when your cooldowns are not up. Alright. Dislike number 4, which is the last. I'm going to do 4 and 4 of these. Alright. So, when you play World of Warcraft, you're just like doing twirls, you're jumping, doing those jump shots and stuff, but you can't really do that in this game. Jumping interrupts some casts, and it doesn't interrupt other casts, which is like fair. Let's be real. But this is the part that sucks, okay, in my opinion. I just hated it. There's certain abilities that you can use on the move, but you can't jump. Why can you move? Like, I'm talking, like, the warrior heal, for instance. The heal that gives you 2 debuff removal, okay? So that thing, you can, like, run and you can cast it, but if you're, like, running and then you cast it and then you jump midway, it interrupts your own cast and then puts it on a small cooldown. Which is like, oh my god, I want to pull my hair out. Alright, cool. So those are the dislikes. There's a few other things that are a little bit quirky in the game, but short of those 4, man, the game's pretty damn good, man. Let's talk about what I liked in the game, because this game's pretty nice. I think I'll be playing it. Alright, like number 1, my favorite thing about the game is the aesthetics. Okay, like, this is the main thing that I didn't like about World of Warcraft. Is that in World of Warcraft everything's cartoony. In Guild Wars everything is like real. But not only is it like real, it's like fantasy real. It's like playing in a Star Wars movie or something. Like there's a lot of fantasy attributed to it, but when it's possible to achieve realism and this like very realistic looking of characters, environments, and pretty much how the skills work even. Like with like slashes, with everything just nails it in my opinion. I think that's awesome. Playing this game gave me a huge nostalgia for when I played Dark Age of Camelot, and I think that's the absolute greatest thing for me personally. I just loved it. And the second thing that I loved, which is kind of tying into this one, is the character customization. It is insane. I mean, okay, I don't play a lot of MMOs. I'll be real with you guys. But compared to the games that I have played, the character customization in this game is like light years away. Like, you can customize everything. You can make your character look like everything that you want it to be. I just found this to be truly amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can pretty much customize the tattoos. There's like a million faces, and you can customize all the facial features. And not only that, but it looks good, man. It looks really solid, save for a few races maybe. But in general, the one I was playing, the Norns, just blew me away, man. Just absolutely blew me away with the character customization. And the third thing is that there's a lot of diversity in the game. So what does that mean? Well, when you want to like level up, you can level up by killing mobs. You can do quests. You can do like quests that lead into other quests that are like events that like change the world temporarily, like quest on quest on quest on quest. But they're like, they're world quests, so everyone does them. In the beta, and I'm sure there weren't even that many people on beta. You'd see like 100 people doing one quest, killing like one boss at the end. It was really cool, man. And when it comes to PvP, see, when you play a game like World of Warcraft, there's a lot of kinds of PvP. You got the rated battlegrounds, you have the arena, you have the regular battlegrounds, you have like, I guess you have something called world PvP, but let's get real, you don't really have that. Alright, but in Guild Wars, you pretty much have all that stuff on release, It didn't take like 4 or 5 years for the game to develop into the state where it's at. It just came out that way. So Guild Wars, you can just you can queue up for world PvP, and it's like huge, like Zerg v Zerg, or you can scale it down to you can pretty much make any size group you want, run around and try to kill people. That's pretty much what it is. And I think that's pretty awesome. Second thing is you got like kind of like battlegrounds. I don't exactly know what they're called. Like I said, I'm a pretty big Guild Wars noob, but you pretty much queue up to whatever server you want. You synchronize it with your friends, so you all hit up that same server. And you do like objective-based battlegrounds that like keeps your team and queues you with it again and again and again and again through all the different battlegrounds. I thought that was pretty cool. In PvP, I didn't really enjoy playing a warrior. I played a warrior like 2 out of 3 days, and I thought the game was pretty lame. But I played a ranger in the end, and man, I just loved the game. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, and also, on the PvP, before I lose my mind here, they also have like rated of the battlegrounds, and it's a different dynamic because when you queue up in like a regular server, it's like 8v8, so there's a lot of like zerging happening. So if you have one good player, you can pretty much out zerg them with like 2 half decent players. But when it comes to like the competitive, I think they call it like tournament level PvP, it's like 5v5, and considering all the objectives on the map, 5 players is really very, very few. So there's a lot of like 1v1 and like maybe like 2v1s, but it's a lot harder to do because you need the players to be defending and attacking these objectives. So the PvP and the questing is just very, very diverse for a game that just has come out. It's not going to be like Diablo 3 where you start up the game and then the game is like 20% of what you thought it was in terms of content. No, it's Guild Wars is like 100%, and that is really an amazing thing. I've played a decent number of games, and that rarely does happen. It seems like they wanted to release the game at a stage where it's at least caught up to a game that's been out for several years, like World of Warcraft. Yeah, and the fourth thing that I really, really liked. All right, I know some of you hate this. There's no healers in the game, man. It's the best. Alright, so this is what I mean by that. They want to try to remove like the holy triad, like no tanks, no just straight DPS, and no just straight healers. And essentially they're right, but you can't really remove like tanky builds, and you can't really remove like glass cannon builds. So pretty much what they did is they removed healers from the game. And I think that's awesome. Because the one thing that annoyed me more than anything in World of Warcraft was that I could never kill classes that were getting spam healed in Battlegrounds. You could kill them when the healer would run out of mana, or when you dump like 10 seconds of CC, and I get it, there's some strategy to that, but I did not like it. And in this game, there are some classes that you won't be able to kill, but they're like all-in-one machines. Like if a class goes super tank, they're gonna do like 0 damage to you. So that in itself balances out. Like if I'm okay with not being able to kill one guy that does pretty much nothing to me. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with like not being able to kill the one guy that's like devastating our entire team just because he has like 3 healers on him. So I think that's a really big thing, and that allows for possibly some pretty damn good high-level PvP. But we've yet to see that. The game is still it's still in its early stages in terms of the players understanding it. Like there's some like top teams out there, but the reality is the game is absolutely crazy complicated compared to other games that I've played, and I think most people don't really know if the game is balanced or not, or any of that, or how high-level endgame PvP will be like. But you know what? I think I might try it. I just loved playing my ranger in the end, man. I want to reiterate again. You know, I started playing the game as a warrior, just coming out of a barb from Diablo 3, and I wasn't really having fun. Like at the beginning, I was getting stomped all the time, and I get that. That's okay. That wasn't really much fun. But then I started being like pretty good at the game. I started like winning pretty much most of the small scrimmages, like 1v1s, 2v2s, stuff like that. I started winning that stuff like non-stop. Like I went like 3 or 4 games without dying on the second day of the game. And even then, man, even when I was winning, I wasn't really having fun, because a lot of the things like the sandbox wars, when you're dead, you're not really dead, and just the simple fact that you can be stunned forever. I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy that in the role of a warrior. But when then I switched to a ranger right in the last couple hours of the beta. I didn't do any PvP, but just the PvE alone was so awesome, man. It was like the ultimate combination of like Dark Age of Camelot and World of Warcraft. So chances are pretty good I'll be picking up this game and playing it. At least for my own feelings of nostalgia. I don't know if I'll really get too competitive in it. We'll see how the game works. But if you're looking for an MMO, I definitely think it's worth the $60. So you guys should check it out. And maybe we'll do some videos when the game is live, and start up something big. So if you guys enjoy my little review of likes, dislikes, my opinions, and maybe it gives you guys a different perspective to the game, maybe it gives you guys a better perspective, thinking of trying it now. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, Cyberts, y'all. Annie B. Dawson, you know James. I'm a big fan, y'all. And if you haven't heard, I work at Pizza Hut. Hey yo, I work at Pizza Hut up in Tennessee. And you can call me if you wanna get an order from me, and some pepperoni on your pizza, and maybe some pineapples and sausage. Doesn't matter if you want it or don't. You can call me, cause I'll be your best friend. Cause I got no friends and I'm hanging in my basement. If you wanna be like me, howdy, you can try to scout me. I'll be on the Twitch TV streaming to try to make some money. If you know a little bit about me, I'm a manager at Pizza Hut doing deliveries. Now I'm taking orders and putting the dough in, all up in the oven on 450 degrees. Dang, now you know me, my name is Cybricks and I'm making no money. $7.95 an hour, that's kinda chump change as you ask about me. I'm a fucking broke man. I'm a hillbilly, all in Tennessee. No, I'm not dissing you, but my biggest fan B.
Dude, too much healing.
Dude, I use 0 healing abilities. I use just my one heal. All my heals are up! Look at my stream! Every single heal is up. You got destroyed, bro. I can get some tips from James. I'm sure later time. Alright.
Oh, you're kidding me, bro. Your bear still attacks when we're on the ground?
Yep. Thanks for that 1v1 this side. I thought I can have myself.
And I want to be fucking Kripp, cause he got so many fucking viewers, bitch.